Hello, Omar. Welcome.
Hello, teacher.
How are you today?
I really feel hungry.
Angry or hungry?
No, angry. Yes.
Why are you angry?
So because I tried did the exercise. Let me see, 2.23 maybe 2.3.4. So about the about the let me see the indirect questions. The order of grammar is very hard. I'm in trouble with that exercise. Only have the half of note of the test. I don't know why.
Oh,
So I tried did it uh 30 minutes ago. So I can't.
okay. I'm really sorry because of it, but don't worry, okay? Something important is that, well, we are going to practice that topic today. So that's something nice that
Okay.
you are here. It's activity 2.4.3, right?
So wait
Let,
for me. I
yeah,
can.
2
Yeah,
point,
is the exercise 2.4.3 indirect
okay.
question practice.
Let me check. I will check it now.
Yes, only have the half of the question, 50%. In the
Ah,
exercise, in the first and second exercise, I didn't. So the exercise 3 and exercise 4, I did. So
okay.
in the first and the second exercise, I don't saw the verb to be, because in the last classes of the platform explained about the verb to be, but in the first and the second sentence I don't so.
Let me see the first example. Yes, it's with, oh, let me see. No, the first example is not with verb to be. The first example is with, at least for me, at least for me, is with a simple present. So we use get to the mall. Oh yeah, but it's using the verb to be. What's the fastest way to get to the mall? Okay. So yes, we use is. What time does the bookstore open? Okay, in this one we are using simple present. Thus, in number 3 we are using where can I go with my family? Okay, can. And in number 4, where's the toilet? So verb to be. Okay. Well, I will try to check this all together in the class for you to complete the example and do it correctly. Okay.
Okay.
But well, I don't know what happened to the others. Let me text them on the WhatsApp group, and
Okay.
then we can start. Um, okay, I hope they will connect in a moment. So, well, I'm happy to see you today in the class, Mark. Thank you for being here. And well, something important is that you will practice, and I hope you understand clearly that topic that it's kind of confusing for you, okay? But today we'll try to do our best. Let me share my screen with you, and then we can start. Very good. Okay, Omar. Today, to start with our class, we have the following activity. Just, oh, the picture is there, and the activity. Okay, as you see, we have ask questions. We have the directions. Ask questions to meet someone. But my question for you, Omar, is what questions can you ask to someone that you want to meet? What questions can you ask to someone new?
Maybe maybe I can use WH questions or word. Maybe word.
Okay. So WH questions are good, okay? Where it's also a WH question. So tell me some examples of questions.
Let me see. So I think I can use how, but it's a double question.
Okay, for example, I will ask you something. Do you know who she is?
Yes, it is Wednesday. It's about the Crazy Adams. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, it's about the Addams family. Okay, so
Yes.
she's Wednesday, right? But imagine you don't know any information about her. So what questions can we ask to know to meet her? I will help you with the first question. Okay? The
Okay.
first question, I think, can be, hey, what's her name? Huh? What's her name? Aha, that is the first question that we can ask to meet her. What's another question that we can ask, Omar? What do you think?
Maybe who is she?
Oh, who is she? Very good. Another question?
Is in general, question in general.
Yes, remember that all the questions should be to meet her. Okay, so any question that you can ask to meet someone for the first time.
Ah, okay. Maybe what is her age?
Ah, okay, what is her age? But what is the correct question to ask for ages?
How old are you?
How old are you? Okay, I am 23. And about her?
How old are she?
Are she? What is the right word to be?
How old? Yes, how old is she?
Very
Is
good.
correct.
Remember? Yes, remember the verb to be is always according with the subject, okay? Or the subject is always according with the verb to be. Okay, so she is she in a question, okay? Very good. So we have 3 questions. What's her name? Okay, then we can answer, right? Her name is Wednesday.
Yes, maybe I think what do you do? Maybe
Ah, but I am a teacher. And about her? What is the question?
what she is do?
What is the correct auxiliary? Do or does for she?
Yes, what does?
What does
What
she?
does she do? Yes.
Very good. What does she do? Very good. Okay, as you see, now we have 4 questions. Imagine, so we have more. Who is she? Okay, we can say maybe she's the girl from the Addams family. The Addams family. I don't know if Addams is like that, but okay, Addams family. Then, how old is she? I don't remember about it, okay? But we will say that she's 20 years old. I don't remember, but maybe
Okay.
she's 20, okay? And then what does she do? She's a student because on the Netflix series, it looks like she's a student, okay? So with this information or with these questions, as you see, we have some information to meet her, okay? We have some information to meet her. And we can ask even more questions. What are some other questions that we can ask? What do you think, Omar?
Yes, so I don't understand the context, but when I when I you talking about meat, so I heard mid in the middle, but it's not the context. It's mid with the reunion, yeah,
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
because
Meet, yes, as
yes,
you mentioned, meet is still to have a meeting, okay, to get
yes, yes,
reunited with someone in one place. But also meet is to know a person for the first time.
yes, yes, yes. So I was confused because
Ah,
I hear mid
meet.
with
I'm sorry, okay,
mid,
but
yes, yes, yes,
meet.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
very good.
I read the presentation, and it's made be about the reunion. Yes,
Okay, yeah, it's about knowing a person for the first time. I'm
yes,
sorry, I got confused over here. So when you meet a person for the first time, imagine when you want to make friends, you need to ask these questions. If you want to make some friends, you have to ask, hey, what's your name? Ah, your name is, I don't know, your name is Alan. Ah, okay, so you are Alan. Okay, and how old are you? Okay, so you have to ask some information or some questions to get new information about that person. Then what does she do? She's a student. We can ask some other questions. For example,
yes. I think when I met with uh unknown people, maybe I I I I ask, for example, yes, the what's her name, who is she, what does she do? Maybe she had siblings.
okay, yeah, we ask about siblings. So, okay, a simple question. Do you have siblings? Or does she have siblings? Does she? Okay, because the questions are about her
Yes,
in this
that's
opportunity. Okay,
that's
does she
she.
have siblings? So as you see, we can ask, and we have, okay, we have more questions to ask. So, what's her name? Who is she? How old is she? What does she do? Where does she live? Are some simple questions to ask about her information.
Yes,
Then we can,
sorry,
uh-huh,
I think this is more mass arma, sorry, the common
uh-huh.
ask. Yes,
Yeah, these are some common questions, right? About personal information. You can also ask, when is your birthday? Where do you live? It's over there. You can ask, what are your favorite things, color, food, movie, for example. So you can
yes,
ask
yes,
uh, a lot of questions, okay, to meet someone or to get personal information about someone. So today, as you know, we are talking about questions, but what kind of questions? Remember, we are talking about indirect questions, okay? So let's pay attention to the following thing, okay? First, let's read the use of indirect questions. Please, Omar, read the information, the title and the use of.
okay, teacher. Indirect questions are used to sound more polite. I read the text in the
Okay,
image.
yes,
Okay,
you can.
in okay, in the first image, uh, the people the people it is in the river. Yeah, And
what does he say?
he need help. And
Okay.
the second image is, excuse me, sir. I'm terrible sorry to bother.
Bother, yes.
Yes, bother you, but I wonder if you would mind helping me a moment, as long as it's no in trouble, of course.
Okay. Thank you, Omar. So you have a good pronunciation, right? Excuse me, sir. I am terribly sorry to bother you, but I wondered if you would mind helping me a moment, as long as it's not trouble, of course. Okay, Omar, I have a question for you. Which one,
Yes.
which one do you think is direct? Which one is more direct? The first picture or the second picture?
Of course, the first picture.
Of course. So you go right to the point. Help. You go right to the point. Okay, so you don't, you are not mentioning anything else, only the thing you need, okay? But in the second example, well, in the first one, as you can see, even though it's a direct message, this person says, no, I will not help you. I won't help you. But in the second example, as you can see, this person uses more polite expressions to ask for help. Excuse me, sir. I am terribly sorry to bother you. So I don't want to bother that person. I don't want to do it, but I have to. I wonder, I imagine if you can help me, or if you would mind helping me a moment. In case it is not a problem or it's not trouble, of course. Okay, as you can see, there are many polite expressions that this person is using. For example, I am terribly sorry. That is very polite. So what is the common expression to say this? I am terribly sorry, Omar. What is the common way?
Let me see. I think so.
Well, in simple words, we say, I am sorry. Or
Yes, I'm sorry.
in a more informal way, we say, sorry, only sorry. And that's it. Okay, so no more things. Then, I am terribly sorry. It's very polite. Then, I wonder if it's another polite expression. I wonder, I imagine, I ask, I want to ask, okay? You would mind, okay? Another expression that is very formal. So, do you care? Do you care or do you want to help me? Okay, and then we have as long as it's not trouble. Okay, in case there is no problem, of course. So as you see, we are using a lot of polite expressions.
Okay.
And that's what we have to do when using indirect questions. We don't have to use a lot of polite expressions. No.
Yes.
Okay, we only have to use one, and then we use the information that we need, that we really need to express. Okay, and that's what we are going to do today. Let's check our examples. So let's check first the indirect closed questions. Okay, these are, in simple words, the yes, no questions. Okay, when we use indirect close questions, we are talking about the yes, no, the simple yes, no questions. So please, right now, Omar, help me reading our structure. Go ahead.
Okay. Opening phrase. If we whether maybe.
If or whether.
Yes, if or whether, subject, verb, complement, and question mark.
Very good. Okay, if and whether have the same meaning. Okay, they have the same meaning. So if and whether, same meaning. Okay, now let me check this. Okay, I will only write the plus. We have plus, kind of. Okay, very good. So as you can see in these examples, okay, we have a yes, no question. Is it raining outside? That is, remember, the direct question, okay? Direct question. So we don't, we go right to the, we go straight to the point, okay? We don't mention extra information. We only ask, is it raining outside? Okay, and how do we answer to that question, Omar? Is it raining outside? What is the answer?
Yes, is it.
Yes, it is, or
It is, yes.
in negative, what is the right answer?
No, it is.
It isn't,
It
right?
is.
Very good. Okay, as you see, is it raining outside? Okay, very simple, and it goes straight to the point. But when using indirect questions, we want to sound more polite. So what is the example, Omar?
Okay, do you know if it is raining outside?
Very good. Thank you for your example. Let's check right now the difference between the two examples, the direct and the indirect question. Remember, when you have a yes, no question, the first thing in the question is the auxiliary. So we use the auxiliary, we use, we use in this case the verb to be, or we use does, or we use can, because today we will talk about those auxiliaries and modal verbs, okay? So we use the auxiliary, the verb to be, or we use the modal verb can, okay? When using the direct questions. But when using the indirect questions, remember that we have to use the opening phrase. In this case, because it's a yes, no question, we use if or whether, okay? Because it's a yes, no question. But if we are asking information questions, WH questions, we don't use if or whether, okay? And then pay attention to this, Omar, because this is really important. Then after the opening phrase, we have to use the structure of a sentence, not the structure of a question, but the structure of a sentence. Do you know if, listen to it, do you know if, okay, do you know if, look at this, the next word of the question is not the verb to be. What is the next part of the question, Omar? After if?
Is the complement.
Is it a complement? Is this word a complement, or what is this
No,
word?
no, no.
What kind of word is that one?
It's a subject.
Ah, very good. It's a subject. So as you can see, we use the opening phrase, and after that, we use the subject, the verb, or the modal verb and the main verb, and after that, the complement. Okay? Even though it's a question, remember that it's not a common question. It's not a simple question. It's an indirect question. Okay?
Teacher, in this case, do is opening phrase.
Yes, that's right. Okay? Do you know? It's the opening phrase. I will
Okay.
show you right now. Let me show you right now the opening phrases for you to know. Okay? There are more. Okay? There are more opening phrases, but these are the most common ones. Okay? So we have, could you tell me? Could you tell me? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Do you know? Do you know? Okay, so these are some common opening phrases that we use to sound more polite. Remember, direct questions are for your friends, for your family, okay? Is it raining outside? That question is for your friends, for your family, for your girlfriend, okay? But if you talk to your boss, if you talk to a stranger, so you will not ask, what time is it? No, that's not a right question for a stranger. The right
Yes.
question could be, do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? Can you tell me what time it is? Okay, so we use that structure. Okay, now let's pay attention to the next examples. Give me a second. Okay, then boy, we have the indirect open questions or the information questions. As you see, as you see, in direct questions, we can say, where is the train station? Where is the train station? Okay, but in this opportunity, Omar, tell me, what is the structure for an indirect question?
Okay, teacher, the structure is opening phrase plus question word plus subject plus verb and question mark.
Nice job. Okay, what is the opening phrase, Omar? What is the opening phrase in the indirect question?
In the first question is where or where is the train?
Oh, in the indirect question, what is the opening phrase? Remember that this
Oh,
structure,
okay.
it's
And
only for indirect questions. So
okay. And
what is the opening phrase?
yes, in the indirect question is could you tell me?
Ah, very good. So you know the opening phrases. Could you tell me, what is the next part of an indirect question, Omar?
Yes, the WH question, the WH
Ah,
word.
very good. In this case, the WH word is the question word, of course. And what is the word that we have, Omar, in the question? What is the question word?
Where?
Where, very good.
Yes, where
What
the
is
train station.
the subject?
The train
The train. And what is the verb?
is.
Yes, very good.
Yes.
Okay, as you see, this is the right way of using a sentence. In this case, since it is a indirect question, well, indirect open question, we don't use a complement, okay? At least when we use the verb to be. I can ask, for example, what is your name? Okay? Because we are friends, because we are confident. But what could be the right question? Well, what could be the right and direct question, Omar? What do you think?
I think so. I need use the opening phrase. May, for example, could you tell me what is your name?
Could you tell me what is your name? Okay, that's a great effort, Omar. But let's see. Let's check together if we follow the right order. Okay, let me check. Well, first of all, we have the opening phrase. Could you tell me? After that, we use. Okay, after that, we use the question word.
Yes.
And after that, we use the subject. What is the subject? Is or your name?
Your name, because I'm asked about her or yes, her name.
Yeah, or your name, right? So very good. So could you tell me what your name? Okay, now we have the subject. What is the verb?
Is. Could you tell me what your name is?
Very good. As you see, in the indirect questions, we don't follow the structure of a direct question. We follow the structure of a sentence. Okay, remember in sentences, we use subject, verb, and complement. Well, in this case, we are not using, we are not using a complement, but we follow the same structure, subject and verb. Okay, Omar?
Yes, this structure is too hard. I think so because I learned with the direct question. Yes, I learned in the direct question. So in the indirect question is yes, it's more polite and it's more hard.
Yeah, it's
But
harder. Uh-huh.
but I heard it, it, it's 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 her more serious and more polite. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so if you use the indirect questions, so you will sound more polite with people. Imagine you go to an interview and you ask in that with that structure, so people will see that you have a great English level. Okay, could you tell me where the train station is? Could you tell me where the interview will be? Today we are just practicing simple present structures, but you can use indirect questions in different tenses, in present perfect, in simple past, in simple present. Also, we can use it in future, okay? So it will depend on uh, the right way we use it, okay? If we remember the structure, so we will be able to use it in the right way. Okay, let's move on right now
Yes,
to our
I think
Omar.
teacher, I think this structure is very important because now I know what is the order and I think I can do it, the exercise in the platform, because I didn't know what was the correct order.
Okay, that's pretty good. So we will try to check the example if we have time. If we don't have it, so at least I know that you understood this topic. Okay, let's move on right now. And as you see, okay, our second part is when we have questions in simple present. Omar, what is the subject for simple present? Sorry, what is the auxiliary for simple present?
Yes, do and those.
Do and does, right? It depends on the subject. So if we're talking about he, she, or it, we use does. And for the rest of the subjects, we use do. We have a direct question. What time does the supermarket open? What time does the supermarket open? Interesting question, but let's pay attention to it, okay? In the indirect question, remember that we have to follow the same structure. Opening phrase, question word, subject, and verb. And in some cases, we have a complement. Pay attention to it. Omar, what is the opening phrase?
Can you tell me?
Can you tell me? Very good. What is the what is the question word?
It's what?
What? What?
What time?
What time? Okay, that's the complete structure.
Okay.
Then what is the subject?
The supermarket.
The supermarket. And what is the verb?
Yes, the verb is opens.
Nice job. Okay, the verb is opens. As you see, we are using the letter S in the verb. Why do we use letter S, Omar?
Because I think we're talking about the third person. No.
Yes, the supermarket is third person because we are talking about it. Okay.
Yes.
Remember something important about simple present. If we use an auxiliary, we never change the verb. Okay. If we use an auxiliary in a question, we never change the verb. For example, in the direct question, what is the auxiliary, Omar, in the direct question?
Yes, the auxiliary is those. Those.
Ah, it's
Yes.
does. So because of does, we don't change the verb, so we use open. But now, Omar, do we use an auxiliary in the indirect question?
No.
We don't use it.
Yes.
So, as you see, we eliminate or we avoid using the auxiliary in the indirect questions. We only use the opening phrase, the question word, and then we use the structure of a sentence, okay? Remember, in the indirect questions, if we are talking about he, she, or it, we have to respect the rules of third person, okay? So we change the verb, so we add the letter S or the letters ES or IES, okay? This is when we are talking about do or does. Remember, we don't use the auxiliary in the indirect questions. Now, well, to take advantage of time, let's check the last structure, okay? We have the structure or an example using can, okay? The modal verb can. The direct question, as you see, is where can I take a taxi? Where can I take a taxi or get a taxi? Okay, we have that example, okay? But where can I take a taxi or where can I get a taxi? Okay, let's pay attention right now to the indirect question. Omar, what is the indirect question?
Yes, and the question is, do you know where I can get a taxi?
Nice. Okay. Tell me, please, Omar, what is the opening phrase?
Yes, the opening phrase is
Do you know? Very good. What is the question word?
yes, the question word is where
Where? Then we have the subject. What is the subject, Omar? Okay, we have I.
the
And
sub
after,
the subject is it's only I.
yes,
It's
in this opportunity, it's I, okay? But then, pay attention to it because it's important. The last part of the structure is the verb. But in these examples, when using can, we have to use both. We use the modal verb and we use the main verb of the sentence. So we use can get. Do you know where I can get? Not can I. Look at this, we use can I. But in a direct question, we say I can. Where can I get a taxi? Do you know where I can get a taxi? Okay, so remember, in the indirect questions, we don't use the structure of a simple question or of a direct question. We use the structure of the opening phrase, the question word, and then a positive sentence. I can get a taxi. I can take a taxi. I can play an instrument. Okay? Do you have any question about that, Omar?
so I think so when I use can, so this rule I didn't know, but I know what I know the correct order and the rule, because and direct question change a lot because I use where can I, and the indirect questions change the subject and I can get. So
Yeah.
I think it is a little bit of difficult and confused, but I think I learned.
Okay, that's pretty good. It is not difficult at all, okay? It is only confusing. Yes, that is really confusing. But remember this important tip that I will give you. Remember that the main things about this kind of questions is the opening phrase and then the question word. What is the next part? The next part is a positive statement or a positive sentence. Okay? So instead of using the structure of a direct question, we use the structure of a positive sentence. Okay? I can get. The supermarket is. Or the supermarket opens. Okay? Remember that. This is the structure of the indirect questions. So now before we move, well, we have to move, I'm sorry, but before we practice, let's check the following. Well, I already shared this with you. So we have the opening phrases, okay? We have more opening phrases, but the most common ones are, could you tell me? Can you tell me? Do you know? Remember, we use these opening phrases to make our questions more polite. And now let's check
Okay.
some other examples. As I mentioned, you can use indirect questions in different tenses, not only with verb to be simple present and can. You can use many more or more, okay? Pay attention to it. The question is, what is he doing? What is he doing? Question for you. What is this tense? What is this tense? Simple present, present progressive. What is this tense?
Is present progressive.
Very good. It's present progressive
Yes.
or present continuous. Okay? So as you see, we can ask an indirect question. Do you know what he is doing? So we have a sentence. He is doing. Do you know what he's doing? Then, okay, we have an example using can. Where can I see it? What is the indirect question, Omar?
The indirect question, only read
Yes,
or what? Okay.
yes, read it.
Where can I sit? And indirect question, could you tell me where I can sit?
Nice. Where I can sit. Very polite and, well, that's the right structure. Then, okay, we have more examples. For example, where are you from? Where are you from? What is the indirect question, Omar?
Oh, the indirect question, I never saw this indirect question. I was wondering where you're from. Yes, it's very polite, I think so, teacher.
It is. As you can see, we are using another opening phrase. I was wondering. And when using I was wondering, look at this, we don't use a question mark. Okay? We don't use when using I was wondering, there is no question mark. There is like a sentence. Where you are from. Where you are from. I was wondering is a more polite way to say I ask myself. I ask myself. So yo me pregunto. I was wondering. Okay? But in a polite way. Okay? Very good. Then we have the next examples. What is this? In the indirect question, do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? Do you like flying? Oh, that is not polite. That sounds rude. Could you tell me if you like flying? Ah, that's another thing that is different. And the last example, what's your name? What's your name? Can I ask you what your name is? Can I ask you what your name is? As you can see, okay, we have to follow the structure, the same structure for all the examples, okay? Opening phrase, question word, if it is an open question, or if or whether if it is a closed question. And then we use an affirmative sentence or a positive statement. Okay, Omar?
Yes, I think teacher indirect question has more respect about when I ask for something about with other person.
You are right, Omar. You are right. Okay. If you use the indirect questions, you show, first of all, that you are polite. You are a polite person. On the second hand, you show that, okay, you respect, okay, or you show respect to the person you are talking to. Okay.
Yes, and another people think think about me. So this guy or this boy has where has what talking. Yes, it's more secure.
Okay, very good. That's right. Okay, very good job. Okay, Omar. Right now, we will move to the activity you told me that we have to work on. Okay, as you see, we have this exercise 2.4.3. I don't know if we will finish, but we will try. Okay, if you can do it in your computer, let me know. If not, look at the answers and I will write it on the chat. Look at this example. Where is the bank? And the opening phrase is, do you know? You have to write the complete and direct question. Do you know where the bank is? Let's pay attention to this example. What's the fastest way to get to the mall? So what is the opening phrase, Omar?
Yes, the opening phrase is, do you know?
Very good. Do you know? What is the next word?
Okay, the next word, do you know what? Because we
What?
need put, yes, we need put the WH word.
The question word or the WH word. So we use what, no what's, only what, because remember the verb to be is the last part. Okay, in this opportunity, the verb to be will be the last part of your sentence. Okay,
Oh,
yes. So we have to complete this. What do you add after what?
the subject.
And what is the subject?
The subject is, I don't know, it's the mode of fastest way.
Hmm.
So I think fastest way.
Okay. Do you know what the fastest way is? The fastest way of what? The fastest way to what?
The fastest way to get to the mall.
Very good. So what is the complete question?
Okay, the complete question is, do you know what the fastest way to get to the mall is?
Very good. Are you doing the example on your computer?
Yes.
Okay, submit the answer and tell me if it is correct.
Do you know the fastest way to get to the mall is? Okay, give me a second. Okay, I copy the sentence. So I send and if
And we'll see the results at the end.
yes.
Okay, let's move to number 2. I have, what time does the bookstore open? What time does
Yes.
the bookstore open? Okay, the opening word or the opening phrase, I'm sorry. Could you tell
Yes,
me?
could you tell me? Yes. Would you tell
Now,
me could you tell me what?
what? Continue.
Could you tell me what the bookstore,
What the bookstore?
what the bookstore, what the bookstore store. open those.
Do we use this? Do we use the auxiliary?
No.
Remember that we use the structure of a sentence. So the bookstore open, is that correct?
Oh, no, I can use opens.
Very good. Why do we use
Yes.
opens?
Because in indirect question, we don't use the auxiliary does. It does use when I use the direct answers.
Very good. Okay, so the only thing that we eliminate is does. So what is
Yes.
missing in the question? Could you tell me what the bookstore opens?
Open. Opens.
What is the complete WH word? Or what is the complete question word?
Could you tell me what the bookstore open?
What?
Oh, what time? What time? Yes.
Yes, remember,
Sorry,
question
teacher.
word, okay? Question word. So what time? Nice job, okay? So, okay, copy the example.
Could you tell me what time the bookstore opens, right?
Yes, the bookstore opens. Well, it's time to go, but we will finish with this, okay?
Okay, teacher. Sorry if I slow, so
Don't
I'm
worry, okay?
learn.
Don't worry, okay? The important thing is that you understood the example, okay? Now we have number 3. Where can I go with my family? Okay?
Yes, teacher. Do
Tell
you
me,
know?
I will copy the question that you mentioned, okay? So tell me, what is the right question?
Okay, the right question is, do you know where I can go with my family?
Okay, do you know where I can go
With my
with
family.
my family? Well, Omar, congratulations. You did it really great, okay? That's for you, boy. That was a great question. Okay, I will copy. This is the question you told me, and this is correct, okay? So very
Okay.
good. Let's
Yeah,
check the
and
last one.
yes, the last one, it's
Where is the toilet? Tell me, what is
yes.
the right question?
Okay. Could you tell me the WH word? Could you tell me where and the subject, the toilet, and the verb to be at the end and question mark. Could you tell me where the toilet is?
Amazing. That's right. Okay, Omar, you completed. And I'm really happy that you told me 2 examples by your own, okay? On your own, I'm sorry. Okay?
Okay, teacher.
Now, please submit the answers and tell me what's your score.
Okay, the first, do you know the first? I have a half of the percent, teacher. In
Really?
yes, in the first exercise is wrong. Yes, I think right wrong the exercise. So
Okay.
I have the give me a second. But the order of these of the first one and the second is great, teacher. Is correct.
I don't know why, but I have them correct all the answers. So I don't know, maybe there was a mistake. I don't know in what, but don't forget to use capital letter and the question mark at the end, okay?
Okay.
Just in case that was it was missing, so you can add it. Well, Omar, I would like to continue with our practices, but it's time to go. So I will invite you to please continue practicing on the on the platform, okay? As you see, we have
Okay.
to continue working from activity 2.3 to activity 2.4.4, okay? Please work on these activities, and Omar, I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a good
Thank you.
night, boy.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you.
Thanks to you for coming, okay? See you tomorrow.